Hello, and welcome back to a Fishy Plant Man production with me, Fishy Plant Man, as your host. Okay, this is not a water test video. Let me get that out of the way really quickly. That is not what this is. Yes, these are water test kit tubes, the old glass ones, because apparently they've recently gone to plastic. But yeah, not about testing the water. I have tested this water. This is actually my client's, for lack of a better word, pond water. And is what I'm doing. The test came back fine. This is nitrates. It had a little bit of a green color I was noticing. Not a big deal. Days later, and that's what this is. This is days old. I didn't look before starting the video, so I will look in the cut. Hopefully I remember. But yeah, these tests are days old. I took them maybe not several days ago, but maybe 72 hours old, somewhere in there. 2 days, 3 days old. So, what happened is I forgot to clean the tubes out. Like I said, test fine. All the tests came out fine. But here it's, 2 or 3 days later, and the chemicals are still in these glass valves. So, I'm going to go clean them out now. And we're going to find out just how well. Yeah, see, I don't see, maybe I see it in life, but I don't see it in the video. The green color. But yeah, sediment has settled to the bottom. Doesn't easily want to stir up again. Looks like it's stirring up a little bit. But we'll see. Did it stain it? Did it stain the glass? I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this test, but since it happened on accident, we will go ahead and see. This one all faded out. It looks like clear water. Again, looks like the chemicals have kind of condensed down in the bottom. They're not real keen to... Oh, there we go. So we'll see how well this clears out. And I will be back. Alright, I am back. I cleaned everything out. And turns out it's been a bit longer than I thought. Those chemicals were in these test tubes since November 29th. Yeah. It's the 3rd. December the 3rd. Yeah, so they've been in there quite a while. I didn't mean for that to happen, but yeah, today I noticed it happened. So I thought I would note the consequences and share them with all of you. Except there isn't any. No, I don't even see any staining. I mean, these are really old, so, maybe a little bit, but no significant staining even in the plastic caps. This is the other one. Who knows which is which? But that was nitrite and nitrate. I only have 2 of these lids. The others are at least temporarily lost. So, yeah, when I test, I can only do 2 tests at a time. But, well, that's interesting. That at least looks like some color, doesn't it? I don't know if I see that color. I don't really see it in reality, but it definitely looks yellow on the film. And that definitely looks blue in the film. Very interesting. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that, but that's what it shows. Looks like I haven't got everything out. I will actually go rinse these again, and I may check with you again. We will see. Okay, that was an interesting finding, and certainly not what I expected, but I'm going to leave the information in the video. I find it learning. I find it to be basically the scientific process. When you find something you don't expect, well, don't hide it, learn from it. Okay, so what did I learn? In case it's not obvious enough, we'll recap. I did not see that color in reality, I will say. It wasn't until I seen the color in the footage, and then when I looked at the other one, it was the other color. So, yeah. Maybe look at your clean test tubes through video. It might reveal something. Okay. I re-rinsed, and we'll look at them again. Okay, the caps don't look any different. It wasn't in the caps. I don't know. There's some staining going on there, maybe? I don't know. I'll show you the other one. Kind of let you decide for yourself if there's any staining there. To me, it's real iffy. These aren't dedicated. You know, whichever crap? Did I say crap? We'll leave it alone. Whichever cap I grab is the one I use. So, yeah. Those are the caps. Not the craps, the caps. Okay, now, I didn't cheat. We will see if I got it this time. Well, that certainly looks better. I don't know. It kind of looks like there's still some yellow in there. Maybe it's my imagination. We'll look at the other one. Yeah, see, this time they both look a little yellow. I'm thinking that might just be the glass. Maybe there is some staining. Or maybe that's just how it looks. I think that might just be the glass. But there's the footage. You can decide for yourself. I might rinse again. You know what? Let's do it. Let's rinse one more time. I'll be back one more time. Wait, that's not right. Okay, they've been rinsed twice, 3 times now. Let's have one more look. Now, I'm not saying to let this make you paranoid. I've never done this before. I've been testing with these test kits for years. It's never really made a difference. Makes for an interesting video. I think I would watch this video if it wasn't mine. So, yeah. I wouldn't let it stress you out, make you worry. But I do find it interesting. Okay, there's the caps again. Now, for the tubes themselves, what do we got? Yeah, there's that yellow color. But I wonder, see, like that, you see nothing. It might just be the quality of the glass. Get it in the right light. Let's see what the other one does. Now, I have no idea which tube held which anymore. It was pretty obvious on that one. But, yeah. See, this one's just looking yellow, too. And when you hold it just right, I don't see anything. Now, let's see if it's quite a bit of water there, so if I knock some of it out, what happens? Yeah, nothing. There's the yellow. When you look like that, I see some yellow. Like that, I see some yellow. But that seems to be the glass. Maybe it's slightly stained. I'm not sure. But looking like that, you see yellow. Looking like that, you see some yellow. But one's not yellow and blue anymore. Now they're both that same kind of shade of yellow. So maybe... But in reality, I don't see that yellow color. Nope. Not seeing it in reality. So, anyway. It was interesting. But the first time... That first the rinse, I think that made sense. There was yellow and blue. I don't think I got it completely with the first one. But, like I say, it's nothing to stress over. I wouldn't let it worry me. I'm going to put these away and then I'll move on. Okay, yeah, I don't know that I would let that stress me. I thought it would be interesting, since the chemicals sat in them for so long, what the effects would be. And, yeah, maybe I didn't rinse it out as well as I thought on that first one. But I don't think I would let it stress me. Like I said, on that first one where there was clearly yellow and blue, yeah, maybe I didn't get it rinsed well enough. But on the others, the glass is old. You know, I don't know. I don't even know how it's going to look on your device. But it was an interesting little experiment. And if you want, you can do your own. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to move on. This is that new little plant. It seems to have kind of stalled again. There's a stem in there that I think is going to die. There you go. Not the one with the leaf, but, you know, this yellowy one behind it. I don't think that one's going to make it. But the one in front with the leaf, still looking okay. The big one back here is looking okay. And then there's another one there I didn't even notice. I'm not sure how long that's been dead. I think that's pretty well dead at this point. I decided I was going to try a different watering technique. I poured the water off, you know, tried to loosen up the soil. It drains well. Poured the excess water off. But I think I'm just going to give this a trickle with the next watering. I don't know. How dry is it now? Sorry, you're probably getting all kinds of seasick. That's pretty dry at the moment. Yeah, maybe we'll give it a trickle. What's that? Probably a fruit fly. Okay. I'm not going to try to do it on camera. But yeah, the main plant looks like it's trying, and hopefully I didn't break any roots with probing it, but I think I'll just give it a trickle of water rather than soaking the soil. Just trickle where I know that the roots are, and try a sparing watering, because it looks like these leaves, while not real happy, they seem content. So yeah, rather than moistening the whole pot, I think I'll just give it a trickle. See if controlled watering will do the trick. Because moistening the pot certainly didn't. I moistened the pot and lost at least one leaf. So yeah, we're gonna try watering tactics for this one. Kind of my Hail Mary trick at this point. But we'll see. Okay, so how about a nice pretty flower to end with? Yeah, the Thanksgiving cactuses are open. Well, at least one or two is open. Okay, I will share this one with you. And Blindfish wants to say hi. A little stressed out there, Blindfish. Always going in circles. But yeah, this yellow one really went a bit nuts. There's a close-up of that cluster. I really like this shade of yellow, which is part of why I don't think we need any more shades of yellow. I really like this yellow. And this one just kind of went crazy this year. Not sure what's going on there. I guess that's a bloom. Looks kind of pale, and I guess because I would like a seed pod, I don't think that's a seed pod though. But it looks like just about everywhere that it can bloom, maybe not quite everywhere, but in most places where it could bloom, it did. or at least in a lot of places where it could bloom, it did. So, yep. Just after Thanksgiving. It's a happy little cactus. All right. I'll talk to you next time. Okay, I have got to sneak this in somewhere. This is wild. This is the little start that I found on the floor, and then I decided to name it after a person that has passed away. And yeah, I don't say the name of the person anymore. It was one of those things of, if you know, you know. But when I was putting the yellow one away, I noticed and just had to share. That suspiciously looks like a bloom. Hard to see, but maybe a couple more there. And one there. They're really little, but the plant is really little. That might be a 2-inch pot, maybe. It looks like this whole thing is gonna bloom and show us what color it is. I really think they're too small. I'm hoping it's white. I mean, it's got to be either white or yellow. But I've got 2 yellows and only 1 white. So, you know, another white one would be okay. A third yellow, well, let's just hope not.